Hello beautiful people, this is Shanita. Welcome back to another wash day video. My hair is already freshly washed, shampooed. I am getting ready to deep condition. You know the drill. I'm just going to get into this. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're new, hopefully you have heard of this company before. Maybe you've been curious. Maybe you haven't heard about it at all. And I'm about to introduce you to something great. So this company is called Lagrace. It is a Black-owned, veteran-owned small business, and they do hair care, they have body care, they have some facial stuff, all kinds of wonderful goodness. I've done one video of their products before. I'll put it in the description box. Be sure to go and watch that one because I did use it a little bit differently than I'm going to do this time. So I have the deep conditioner in front of me, which is what I'm getting ready to apply next. I already know this is amazing. For those of you who ended up buying it, you know how amazing it is. This deep conditioner was one of the deep conditioners that made my slipperiest deep conditioner list back in 2020. And in the video, I used the moisture butter as my styler. And I didn't use the whipped shea butter on camera, so I'm going to use that today. I'm going to use them both because I'm curious to see how they both work. They are both made with, in fact, all of these are made with absolute phenomenal ingredients. So I have these two stylers, and I have the Chebe leave-in conditioner and a scalp oil. And this company does use some Ayurvedic ingredients in their products. And so I wanted to go back and revisit something. I am actually, this year, at least this first part of the year, I'm not gonna say first quarter because it's almost March, you guys. I'm going to go back and revisit some of the products that I only use one time. It is ridiculous to have the amount of products that I do and use them one time and open something else. I'm always curious about some other brand and wanting to try it out, and also having so many and wanting to show you guys so many. I'm sorry, I'm looking for something, you guys. So I am always so anxious to try one when I get it in, but that is such a bad habit. I was able to hold on to a lot more products that I bought last year because I left them sealed. I left them closed. I kept them in a cool room and they were fine when I opened them, like months and months and months later. Some of them almost a year. But now doing this and just being so curious about trying so many, I have so many open. So I am going to try to go back and revisit some of these oldies and goodies. They're not oldies, but my gosh. And for those of you who have just joined us, you get a chance to actually experience these because you may not have even been around back then. So I am going to get started. I don't have to do anything for a substantial amount of time because I have done everything I'm about to do in absolutely every video. My processes are all the same. So this deep conditioner, let's talk about it, features horsetail and marshmallow, and it says it is for moisture and strengthening. It is formulated for type 4 hair, but do not think if you do not have type 4 hair and you have a three type of hair that you can't use this. You absolutely can. It is fantastic for all hair types. She has type 4 hair, the owner, and so that started out being kind of what the brand was catered to. But of course, many types of people have shown that they've been able to use it, and so don't let that throw you off. But this has water, marshmallow extract, horsetail extract, aloe vera, baobab oil, babasu oil, rosemary extract, this is shea butter, aloe vera juice, bihydramonium methosulfate, it has glycerin, DL-panthenol. It is all handmade and it is a marvelous brand. So I am going to show you a little bit on the front what this looks like. Here is the deep conditioner. Nice, thick, creamy texture. It is whipped to absolute perfection. It feels absolutely wonderful, and I am just going to do just a little bit of this on camera, and then I'll go on off so that I can go back to the days of trying to shorten these videos. I used to They used to be so long in the beginning, and like I myself was like, don't nobody want to see all that every single time. So I started saying that I was going to shorten them, and then I didn't come on and talk about the shampoo and the conditioner just to kind of make them shorter. But now it's like I want to give more detail. I just love that. I love being able to provide more detail, but I don't want you to have you guys on here watching the same thing. This process is different for every single product. If you see me piling on a ton of deep conditioner, you can look back into any of those other videos that were 30-ish minutes long when I talked about why I do that and why that's so important. The smell of this deep conditioner is so freaking magnificent. I almost forgot about that. Just taking this lid off and rubbing this a little bit, it's got this fresh, clean smell to it. More like that fresh linen smell, if you smell that fragrance from candles and the little melts or whatever. I love that, and that is what this smells like. So I have a hair oil and a scalp oil from this brand, and I am going to use them both. My hair has actually been out of the shower wrap in a t-shirt now for about, I don't know, just a few minutes, but already I'm finding that this is so damp that I'm not having trouble spreading it, but it definitely could be more wet, and I probably will add a little bit more water to that. So I have here the scalp oil. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in this one section. If you've not seen this oil before, look at that. You can see all of those extracts and herbs floating around in there, and I love this little cap here. And so I am just putting it down into my scalp area, and you can add oil to your scalp at any point of your wash day. If you do it at a time, you can do it while you're pre-pooing, you can do it while you're deep conditioning, you can do it when you're styling. But for me, adding it on while I'm deep conditioning it allows it to penetrate more into my scalp, just like the heat does for the deep conditioner, which is allow it to penetrate down into the hair strands. I'm trying to get that same effect out of my scalp. And it too, even though it has those herbs in it, it doesn't have a herbal smell to it. Still, that smells good as well. She has gotten that to smell really, really good considering how many herbs are in there, of which I did not talk about. Let me just mention some. There's castor oil, olive oil, flaxseed oil, sunflower oil, and then bringrush extract, horsetail herbs, neem, MSM, and fragrance. So here is the Chebe oil, and I shake it up. This one has in it avocado oil, coconut oil, flaxseed oil, sunflower seed oil, Chebe, MSM, and fragrance. So I'm going to take this one and add just a little bit, about a quarter size amount, and seal in all of this moisture. It combines with the moisture that is on your hair, and at the same time it kind of seals it all in. It's just a good way to get some shine and the nutrition from a hair oil treatment kind of all at once. Most of the ingredients that are in this hair growth oil, except for the obvious oils, are in the deep conditioner. So the Chebe oil has, like I said, the avocado, coconut, and flaxseed oil. So I'm able to add the benefit of those oils in with this deep conditioner by adding it on top and letting the heat open up the cuticles and just soak all of that in. And so then I just pin this in place. under here so that it will fit up under the cap. I'm going to do that to every one of the sections, and I'm going to go ahead and deep condition my hair. I will come back when I'm ready for styling. I'll let you know how the deep conditioning go, and then we'll proceed with styling. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Y'all, I cannot even tell you how many hours later it is. This is why I do my hair at night when I don't have to be bothered. Because if I start in the daytime, I will get distracted. Those people. So I am back. I have rinsed out this amazing deep conditioner. I actually sat under the dryer for about 20 minutes under my soft bunded heat, and I really like to rinse out my hair immediately after coming from up under that heat. It is still, the heat is in there, so it's so moist and so gooey, and when you rinse it out, it has this slip that is out of this world. But I did that immediately and got distracted after that. So my hair has completely cooled off. It is like completely cold. And so I don't get the same effect when I rinse it out much later. So if you have a deep conditioner that maybe everybody's saying is really, really good, and you just think it's okay, try rinsing it out immediately when you come from up under a heat source, like literally while it's still warm, and see, doesn't that make the difference? Oh my gosh, it has a total different feel when you do it then. So I usually like doing that, and I almost sat back up under there tonight just so I could get that feel, but I thought, whatever, it won't be as nice and gooey and warm like I like it, but it was still very, very hydrating and feels super duper amazing. So I am now about to proceed with the Chebe leave-in conditioner. So this is nice and creamy. Oh, very soft though. Very, very nice. That's a perfect consistency for a leave-in, as long as it is hydrating. You want something that's going to be nice and hydrating with smaller molecules that are going to be able to penetrate the hair, go beyond the cuticle, and sometimes that's what those thinner leave-ins will do. And this feels absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to stay here and finish this, because if I stop and leave, I may not come back for any styling whatsoever. So I'm going to stay here at least until I put a few twists or braids or whatever I'm going to do in my hair, and then I'll go on off and finish it. And just like with my deep conditioner, guys, I make sure it's on all of the hair. Sometimes, especially when you're putting in like a cream, it's so easy to make sure it gets on the length of the hair, but we forget the roots of the hair sometimes. I'm always dropping something, like always dropping something. Okay, so I am at the styling portion, and I want to show you these butters before I get into styling. So I'm going to use the moisture butter on your left side, the whipped shea butter on your right side. So this is what the moisture butter looks like. It's very similar to the consistency of these remind me of the comparison I did of the Product Junkie Naturals video. There was one that was a little bit more soft and creamy. Look at this. Super duper soft, fluffy, whipped, sort of. That is that one, and the shea butter is a actual thicker butter. Look at that. Nice firm butter. Wow. Which is very much like what happened with that comparison, but both sides came out looking identical. So I'm curious to see how this is going to work as well. This shea butter has shea butter, Chebe infused oil, avocado butter, flaxseed oil, dihydroammonium methyl sulfate, castor oil, maru butter, mango butter, jojoba oil, beeswax, and fragrance. There's a lot of butters here. And the moisture butter is water, marshmallow extract, horsetail extract, aloe vera, shea butter, baobab, babasu oil, castor seed oil, flaxseed oil, sweet almond oil, dihydroammonium methyl sulfate, glycerin, cetyl alcohol, stearyl alcohol, silk peptides, DL-panthenol, phenoxyethanol, okay, and preservative. So this only has shea butter in it, and the other one has about 3, which is interesting. So I have just sectioned my hair off into some sections, and I am just going to start twisting. I don't care so much about sizes, straight parts, yada yada. Makes no difference to me. It's all going to go together. So I'm going to do this moisture butter on this side. Use about that much. And I think I'm gonna actually braid this. That would be different. I typically always do a twist out on wash day and then braid it up later on. But I am going to actually go through the nauseating time that it takes to do a braid out. So I'm gonna show you what I do with that and then go on off and finish. I'm going to use a little bit of Chebe oil. You know what? Chebe has a strengthening effect, so I really have to read these to make sure that Chebe is not too high on the list of all of the products. I know that it's in all of them, but I want to make sure it's not too high up because Chebe has a strengthening effect. And because I left that deep conditioner in my hair for so long, my hair feels like I can feel that strengthening property to my hair. It has that, you know, I can handle whatever feel to it. It is not mushy soft at all. So I want to make sure that I'm not going to use too much Chebe in this wash day, or at least use products that have it too high up, so that it doesn't end up dried out too fast, and definitely so that it does not end up doing some snap, crackle, and pop action. So I just split this into 3 parts and do just a simple braid. Lord have mercy. I'm just thinking about what I'm doing and how long. I can't believe I waited this late. I've been doing good about going to bed at a decent hour, and now here I am up again late at night. It's okay. Things happen, life happens, and it was really one of those kind of days. And I believe what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a roller on the end of this. Sure, why not? So we'll get a little bit more of the butter. I really like it when those ends are a little bit curly. Got these same rods from last week still handy because I haven't cleaned up my area. And I'm going to wrap it around and make sure the ends are lying down on the rod. Intersect it a little as we talked about in the other video, and then curl it around so that only, well, I do have a little bit of the braided hair, but this is all loose. So yeah, I don't know how this is all gonna play out, but I'm gonna try this. And definitely make sure you're keeping your hair moist. I normally try to keep this bag on the sides that I'm not working with to keep the moisture locked in. Y'all, this cold air is so drying. If you live in a cold climate, you understand. I'm taking down the wrong one. What I'm talking about. If you have dry skin, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Before I lived in Iowa in the wintertime, I mean, it would get cold and I'd sleep with my humidifier on at night, and then my skin didn't dry out so much. It wasn't as big of a deal. But here is so freaking cold and dry, and the cold air sucks all of the moisture out of you, period. Like every source, it's just like it just sucks it out. My skin is so dehydrated when I wake up in the morning. I don't care how much I slather it with at night. And sometimes I think the things I'm using are too heavy, but my gosh, it's always dry in the morning. The humidifier on and load it down with a serum, moisturizing moisturizer sometimes, and another oil or butter on top of that, and it's still dry. And I do make sure that my hair is covered, and I also, here's the butter, you guys, sleep on a satin pillowcase, because once I saw what my skin was doing, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go through all the effort of a wash day and have it just all evaporated by morning. So that's how much butter I've got. It is a really firm butter. Like, let's see, can we get it to melt? So no, it's not gonna melt. I still have a little film on there, but it's enough that I can rub it on. My hair likes these butters that just coat it really, really well, and you're just making sure that you're locking in that moisture that you just put in with that leave-in. It smooths on very, very well. I'll take a couple of drops of oil still. I think just this little bit of oil gives me that extra little shine on the top. And I'm just gently rubbing that on. And I'm gonna take this brush and start at the ends, and then make sure all the tangles are out and it is nice and smooth. Ooh, these some little sections. These probably gonna get bigger before this night is over. No ma'am. I'll be up all night at this rate. All right, so I got my 3 sections here. And I'm trying to line it up so I can put the base of the braid right in the center of the section. Making sure to keep it separated, that no other hairs are getting caught in there. Braid, pull the head down and smooth. Braid and smooth. Braid and smooth. That keeps it from getting tangled and also keeps it nice and smooth. Okay, I'm gonna stop about here. Yeah, that's smaller than I want it to be, especially for this time of the night. I will be up all night at this rate. So I'm gonna take just a tad bit more. It's a little trickier on the ends. And of course, this is older. We're babying our ends, so I'm not rubbing this in hard. I'm just barely, gently rubbing it over. And I'm gonna use the brush to distribute it to all of the hair. I'm not gonna use my hands to, I forgot just that fast I'm supposed to be rolling. I'm not gonna use my hands to snag at that. All right, so I'm gonna take the ruler, wrap the ends around, make sure the ends are laying down flat. On there, and that is gonna stay. All right, so I'm hoping to speed up. That is what I'm gonna do. That is the process. When you see me next, it'll be all dry. I'll be all done. We'll get to see what it looks like. I'll get to tell you what I think. I can't wait. So I will see you back in a few days. Hey you guys, it is 2 days later as usual, and I am back. I actually slept in my little rods 2 nights this time. After the first night, I intended to take it out, but I didn't because what happened? Oh, I took a bubble bath that night, and so I know that some of it was still damp around the end, so I ended up sleeping with them another night because for some reason they weren't as uncomfortable this time as before. I don't know, maybe I'm getting used to it. But I am all dry now, and these ends are all curly and they are all dried. So I'm going to start taking this down. I did do the braids instead of the twists, as you can see, and of course it did take a little longer. And you know how braids are longer to take down as well. So I'm going to go off and take these down off camera, and then I'll leave a couple to come to the front to show you how I take them down in the front. And we'll see what this looks like. It looks mighty crazy right now, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so all of the braids are out, and now I'm going to go back and separate these sections. So each braid was of course split into 3 parts, and you saw me taking it down, like just inching it apart a little bit at a time so I wouldn't disturb the curl and cause so much frizz. And there were places where I could feel that borrowed hair from another section, and I did not do that on purpose, but it happened. So the best thing to do is just untwist it, unbraid it slowly, little bit at a time, trying to keep those distinct sections as much as possible. But now I'm going to go back and start to now undo these sections so that I can see how this part goes. And just like before, I'll come back when I'm more toward the front and I'll let you see what I'm doing. Okay, I am all done picking this out, and you guys, I just spent a lot of time separating it and twirling the ends so that the ends would try to maintain some of that smooth look without a whole lot of frizz. But I am going to let you be the judge on this hair. To recap, I used the moisture butter on this side, I used the whipped shea butter on this side. I'm going to come in a little closer and I'm going to let you see both sides. Here's the moisture butter. I was really concerned about the ends of the hair being loose and causing a lot of frizz, but it looked like, I think as long as you make sure it's wrapped around the rod at least one good time and it catches, then you'll be good without those little end sticky pieces sticking out of the ends. You know what I'm talking about? So here's the whipped shea butter side. Both of them were very good to work with. I was able to, you know, dip my fingers into the moisture butter and come out with that nice smooth feeling. I showed you that it ended up looking just like maybe a thick lotion. Very, very creamy, very easy to work with. The whipped shea butter, I have used this on my scalp before, but I'd never used it on my hair. And first out the gate, do you see the shine that is in this side? It is crazy, blinding, shiny. I'm so impressed with that. And I was not expecting that at all. You can just see it kind of in the, like the outside. On this side is curly and it is soft. It's moisturized very, very well. But you can see here just how shiny this side is. I just had a new subscriber who came onto the channel and commented on the Honey's Handmade Chebe and almond milk kokum mask. You remember that video? And so she was saying that how Chebe is becoming such a popular item in products this time. And so I hope she's on here because I wanted to see at least one significant difference that we can see with the Chebe. But you guys, I want you to tell me what you see with the whipped Chebe side and what you see with the moisture butter side. I would love all of your opinions for those of you who want to participate. For me, it's just a matter of what you want. I would say this side, besides the shine, it feels more soft, like that smooth soft, just how it looks. The hair just is really smooth, very little frizz, and that's kind of how it feels. It has a very smooth feeling to it, whereas this one, it feels soft and moisturized, but I don't feel that same silky characteristic, if that makes any sense at all. That is all that is lacking of this one. In my prior video, I did my entire head with the moisture butter, but I am going to have to come back now and do me some big old chunky juicy twists using the Chebe butter just to see how that would come out, because that is really interesting to me. I like them both. I like the properties of both. I know you guys, and I know you're gonna say you like this side better than this side, but this really does have a little bit more of a very soft hold. I feel like this would give me. This side actually would probably wear, yeah, it would wear longer than this side. I would be able to keep the curls in, I feel like, longer on this side than on this side. This one is just soft, juicy, like 1-2 day hair, whereas this one has just a tad bit more hold that I think would last me more days than that. And both sides are movable, plenty of body in it. I can smell it. My hair smells good. I didn't think about that till it was just whipping around there. I still smell that fresh scent that it gives off. Both of them have terrific ingredients. Baobab and babasu oils, like those are pretty rare oils. You don't see that in a lot of and flaxseed oil, that's another one. You don't see a lot of that in a lot of natural products. And so just exquisite high quality ingredients in both. And yeah, I'll let you decide. You can tell me your opinion this time. I love them both. The Chebe oil. Oh, you know what? Look here. I did do a drop or two of this on both sides, and this does say shine and healthy. So let's assume that the Chebe does give that property of that extra shine, because that is mainly what this is. It has avocado and coconut oil and flaxseed and sunflower, and Chebe was infused in those oils. And so that is what this is. The leave-in conditioner I liked very, very much. It has some great ingredients in it as well. It has water and aloe vera, and it has Chebe oil. It has a castor. There's behydroammonium methylsulfate, acetyl alcohol, hydrolyzed silk protein. I would go and get the entire line of these styling products. The leave-in was magnificent. Both of the butters were great. The Chebe oil was fantastic, and I used the scalp oil on my scalp. I have not had a bit of that to be irritated or dry over the last few days, despite not only sweating, but just, again, this dry weather. It has just been a nice wear. My scalp feels wonderful. My hair feels wonderful, even from the roots. I love this look. Considering I'm not going anywhere, it is great that I am practicing these. When I do have somewhere to go, now I have some options. I just wanted to do something else besides twist outs, and to show you guys what these products are capable of. If you've never heard of them before, then you definitely must go over to their website. I will put it in the description box. Use the link that is in the description box, and it will actually track that you're coming from this channel. And so I love for some of the brands to be able to see that you are coming directly from this channel, so that they can see where some of their, you know, market and exposure is coming from. There are skincare items in her product line. She has body care items in her product line. If you are a African black soap person, like love natural African products, ingredients like that, and just so curious and to see how it's used in ways they found beneficial and how we can use it, and found any of the benefits here, you will love her shop. So be sure to check her out. I will put the discount code in the description box as well, so that you can go over. Do give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget that. And if you're not subscribed, then certainly hit that subscribe button so that you can be around for future videos. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching. You guys check out Lagrace, and I will see you in the next video, okay? Bye.